Okay, guys, so in this first episode, we're going to make a ring for a customer of mine out of this BioLoom stuff. And I'm talking over, the audio is not going to match up with what you're seeing me talk about here because there was a bunch of noise in the shed. We had some music going and stuff. So this is a BioLoom I made. It's glow powder and resin and some cactus wood. And then the customer wanted to incorporate a silver coin. So we have a 1/4 ounce Walking Liberty silver coin. And we're going to put it into the drill press here. So here's the BioLoom, which is resin with some mica powder and glow in it. And you can see the swirls there. It's pretty dope. And the cactus wood. So we're going to cut our blank here to start making the ring. This is where it gets messy. Also where the fun begins, though. Very messy. And a little stinky. So I usually use, depending on the size of the ring, I usually use about 1.25 inch hole saw. And I usually machine a little bit of that off. I guess if I was making a really small ring, I could go with maybe 1 inch hole saw, but I like having extra material just in case I need it. Even for a smaller ring. So there's the blank and my dirty hands. Okay, so now we've got it in the lathe and we're going to start turning the face of it. We're going to try and straighten that face out, square it up a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of wobble in there. Resin is a tough animal to work with. You can pour it and cut it as straight as you want, but the lathe will help straighten it up a little better. And then we're going to bore it out here, start our first bore. So I'm going in with a 1/2 inch drill bit to get sort of the starting bore. And then depending on the size of the ring, I'll use my boring bit in the lathe and take it up usually about 1/2 to 3/4 of a size under where I need to be, because there's going to be some sanding I do at the end to smooth out the edges, make it more of a comfort fit. So I don't want to size it to the end size yet. I'm going to get it close. And then in the final sanding process, I will get it to the size the customer requested. So there's the boring bit, taking out a little more material out of the middle. Here I'm starting to take down the outside, basically squaring up the outside, and then I'm going to make the end shape of the ring. So I'm going to leave a little bit on the end of the ring once I get this squared up. And then we left a little bit of the glow loom showing from where the coin mates on the ring. But I'm just trying to square this up right now. So we start processing the ring, or the coin part of the ring. So here's a Walking Liberty silver. It's a 999 silver, so almost pure silver, pretty much pure 999s. And this is a little bit of the process of how we do it. I'm going to put it in my punch. So the paper towel is just to keep it within the spacer so it's a tight fit and my punch hits the actual center of the coin. Some of the spacers that they give you for the punch aren't exactly true, so the paper towel helps keep it a little tighter. And then we're going to put some dry lube on here to help with the punch, just help extend the life of it. Even though 999 silver is pretty soft, but help maintain the length of the tooling. And then we punch out the center. Have a little leverage on the punch here. And there we go. We're punched through. Back that out, and there's some shots here you guys don't see in the video. This whole process took a couple hours at least. So we're going to deburr the inside of the coin because we don't want any sharp edges, and we don't want to get any splits. If there's any micro splits in there when we forge the coin, we don't want it to split. So we're going to deburr it. And then there's a couple of processes you didn't see in this video where I mark the coin and we're going to anneal it. We're going to soften it, and which doesn't take long. We're just going to take that magic marker mark away. Then we're going to quench it because that softens the metal even though it's quite soft already. And then we're going to start to bend it into a ring. So we're going to stretch this to the point where it will fit over the resin liner we've made. And we're getting pretty close there. I have to turn the resin down a little more because I want it to mate up with the edge of the coin. So there's a little better shot of the resin mating with the coin pretty nicely. I'm going to turn down the outside of the resin a little bit here because the customer wanted a wide band, but I'm trying to make it not too wide. So you can see the glow liner on the inside here. And now here I had to polish pretty much the entire resin core, if you will, before I applied the coin to it because I couldn't sand the resin with the coin attached to it because then I would have hurt the detail on the coin. And we wanted to maintain that detail because the Walking Liberty coin is a beautiful detail. It's one of my favorite coins to ring. So we took this all the way from I think it was 180 we started with grit, all the way up to 12,000. So we made this resin core a very high polish before we applied the coin to it. Once I get to about 600 grit, I start wet sanding, and you can see here how much shine it gets. And then here's some more shots of polishing the inside. And that cactus wood really pokes out of the blue really nice. Love the look of that. So there's a mock-up. We put it together. There is the coin ring, and here is the joining of the coin to the resin. So I was trying to be really careful because I had already polished up this resin to a high gloss, and I didn't want the glue to squish out between the two. I wanted to keep it so I didn't have to sand anything afterwards, because I didn't want to risk taking detail off the coin. Okay, so here we go with we're going to patina the silver. You can see how quickly it works. This is sped up slightly, but it turns silver black very quickly. Gives it a forced patina. And then I'm just taking off, I think that was an 8,000 grit I was using. And I just lightly go over the high spots on the ring because I don't want to take any material off the ring, but I just want to shine up the high spots to show off the detail of the Walking Liberty, the sun that's beautiful on it, the Liberty, the In God We Trust. It's just a gorgeous coin to work with. This is my favorite coin, my favorite design of any coin. So that's basically the process. And then there's some pictures of this ring glowing on our page, Liberty Ring Creations on Facebook. So don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe, and let us know if you have any ideas for us to try and make a ring out of, guys.